Hey, cutie pies. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching what happens on the soaps, the General Hospital Edition. Today is Friday, April the 15th, 2022. It is the last day, and happy Good Friday to you guys. Okay. Now, I was watching this, and I said, this is about a six. This is about a six. You got these boring people paired with each other. But the way it ended with the cliffhangers and everything going on, I'm up because it was still boring. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and that little piece of hair. I'm just gonna pull it down. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7.5. All right, well I'll just pull it back. All right, let's get into it. So we see Chase. Okay, so Chase is in the shower and he gets a call from his brother. Why they had to have this man in? Okay, but he gets a call from someone and he's like, okay, I'm on my way. So then we see Finn go to Elizabeth and he tells her, I'm just so sad that you had to stay here by yourself. I'm worried, and she said it's okay. Cam actually stayed the night with me, and he said, but Cam can't stay every night. He's in college or whatever. Because, Jake and Aiden are staying with Laura. Now, I said, listen, Elizabeth don't have to move anybody out there, like, out that house, and she definitely doesn't have to move out the house herself because you're doing it to yourself, girl. But he tells her, I'm worried, I would love to stay. And she says, no, you have Violet and everything. You need to be worried about that. And he says, well, since you won't leave and you won't let me stay, I thought about another way to make it perfect. And then there's a knock at the door. He said, oh, bad timing. And the knock at the door is Chase. So Chase comes in. He got his bag and stuff. He said, okay, I'm ready to get this going with, spending with Elizabeth. And Elizabeth was like, well, what's going on? He says, Elizabeth doesn't know, like the precautions. Oh, I'm out. And then Finn and Elizabeth were like, no, wait. And Elizabeth said, what's going on? And he said, well, my brother had bad timing, but this is what I planned on doing. And it's just that Chase stay a few nights and they put up surveillance and everything for Elizabeth because they say whoever it is knows her closely. And they thought maybe Heather Weber, but Chase says she hasn't had visitors since 2018. So it's not her. So he said, let's just set up cameras. All y'all gonna see on these cameras is that Elizabeth's doing it herself. If Elizabeth's not doing this to herself, I would be shocked. Because at this point, I think she is. But I also think the cameras won't work because maybe they'll find a way. Because she'll know the cameras are there. So maybe they'll find a way. Okay, girl. You got to be in the camera. So maybe they'll find a way to go around. She'll go around the cameras or disable the camera some kind of way. And so she'll be able to do whatever she does. But anyways, they decide, that's how it goes off with them saying we could put cameras in and Elizabeth's got to give a decision. She's going to end up saying yes to this. So then we see Sonny and Carly. And I know y'all like them together and everything. So for you guys, I was glad, that they had a scene together. So Sonny is in there talking to Frank, telling him, I'm like, Sonny, you don't have to recap for us. We know what went on. But he's telling everything that went on with the break-in and how people know he has nothing to, his name isn't on it. So they'll know, not to touch it because of Phyllis. And Carly comes in and she says, oh, I was going to talk to you about that. Are your enemies smelling blood in the water? Do I need to worry? And he was like, worried about what? She said, Avery and Donna, are they going to be safe? He said, when have I not protected my kids? And she said, oh, yeah, what about your grandchildren? I said, Carly, you say what you came over. And she said, Nina filed this lawsuit and she's going to go for custody of Wiley, like visitation of Wiley and everything. Whose side are you on? Pretty much he was like, whose side are you on, Sonny? And he said, listen, Nina already told me this. She doesn't want me to get involved, so she's not gonna get him involved in it or anything. He said, and if I have to choose, he said it's not even about if he has to choose. He chooses to support Michael in whatever that may be. And she said, oh, well, I'm glad to see that or whatever. And so then Phyllis comes out the back and Phyllis is like, Sonny, 4 cans of club soda. How much are you drinking? Club soda is nasty to me, but okay. And Carly said, club soda, you're not drinking? And he said, I still drink sometimes, but, the medication, alcohol don't mix. She said, oh, I've been saying that for years. What's different? And she was like, oh, Nina. Yes, girl. Nina got to him and told him, stop all that drinking. You become a different person, and which he does. But it has nothing to do with you, Carly. Sometimes you could just hear from a different person. And Sonny was really, he was going through some things right then. But he told her, he said it wasn't all about Nina and everything. Oh, she did ask him, was he safe, and how was Nina? Because she knew Nina was there and all that. But I mean, it is what it is, Carly. You know they're together or not together. That I don't know what him and Nina are, but whatever it is, you're not that because you wanted a divorce, which you should have, because Sonny had cheated on you and he didn't do you right because he tried to deny, he tried to blame you for doing it. So I was glad you left Sonny. Please don't get back together with Sonny. Please don't put these two back together. I can't be on this emotional roller coaster of them where they get back together because she'll go and get with somebody. That's why I don't want her with Drew, because Carly will get with somebody, then she'll cheat on them with Sonny, then her and Sonny will get back together, then Sonny will cheat on Carly, then they'll break up, get back together, and it's loop de loop de loop. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. So no, I don't want Sonny with her. But anyways, he lets her know Brick is involved in everything, and he was like, everything is everything, and Sonny just leaves. Damn. Sonny just leaves her in there. But it's good though, because when he goes to the back, to the office, Phyllis tells Carly, I didn't think you would want to drink from me. And she was like, why is that? She said, because I was enjoying your hospitality while knowing what Nina was doing. And she said, Nina does that to you. And Phyllis said, she's my friend, but you do have a way. She does have a way of doing that where she takes advantage of your friendship just a little bit or a lot. And she says, but she said, I want to let you know I was the one who went to bat to Harmony for Nina. And she said, how do you know Harmony? And so Phil's about to tell her, Carla finna put this together. Is she going to tell Nina? I don't know. It wouldn't be the first time she didn't tell. I don't know. This is going to be a mess. But anyways, so we talked about Elizabeth. We talked about, okay, so then Alex, so Aiden is sitting outside. Is it Kelly? I think he believes it's Kelly's. So he's sitting outside, and Laura comes up, and she was like, Aiden, what are you doing? He was looking at something about a Ouija board. And so he talked to her about it. She said, it's fake. It was just my friends doing it. Ouija boards aren't real and all that. So then here come Lucy coming up, and so Laura talks to Lucy about, oh my gosh, the lunch and deception and everything. And Lucy said, you should have had some stock. I told you I'll put some shares away because she used to be a part of the company in the early 2000s. And Lucy was like, and Laura was like, no, because I'm a mayor. I don't want, she doesn't want people saying, well, she lets them get away for it because she's the mayor. She has shares in her company. So she said, no, I'll not do that. So then we see where she says, okay, no, I get it. I understand. So Lucy started talking about the universe is giving me everything I want, positive energy. I'm getting bouquets from all my exes. And she started naming the exes. She said, Martin. She said, we don't talk. And Laura said, girl, I talk to my brother. I know y'all talk to each other or whatever. And Lucy said, oh, he mentions me. And she said, yeah, he mentions you. And if it comes to his friendship with Valentine and or you, he gonna pick you or whatever. And she's like, okay. So she tells Lucy to watch Aiden while she go up inside to get something to drink or whatever. So Lucy supposed to be watching Aiden, and Aiden started, he heard Lucy talk about spirits, the universe, and he said, you believe in spirits? And she says, do I? And then so they started talking, and she said, no, wait, because they started talking about like um spirits and different realms and ghosts. And she said, oh, I don't channel ghosts. She said, I leave that to professionals now. And she said, she just says, I just put positive energy, positive vibes out there, and the universe just answers me, or whatever you want to call it. And so he said, okay. And she said, I hope I didn't confuse you. Then Lucy gets up and leaves him. I said, girl, don't know nobody neither let you watch their children. But Laura was just inside. But God, dog, she asked you to watch him. Your grandmama's almost done Ty, and so he tells Laura, what does Ty mean? And she said, another way to say goodbye or whatever. But he tells her he's gonna purchase this Ouija board, and he tells her, I need to stop by one of his friends' house to get something. And she said, I guess I'm supposed to saw you. Okay, so he purchased that Ouija board, y'all. Who else do we see? Okay, so Alexis talks to Alexis is talking to Nina, right? She calls Nina in, and Nina was like, "Oh, your magazine is doing well and all that. What is it?" And Alexis says, "What is your and Harmony's relationship?" She's like, "What you talking about? I don't really know Harmony." She said, "Yes, I asked her to do me that favor, do me a solid by going to Willow and Michael." She said, "But I don't know Harmony like that." She said, "Well, Harmony said she owed you." Ooh, Carla gonna figure that out. Yeah, because she said Harmony said she owed you, and Nina's like, I don't know what Harmony talking about. She don't owe me anything. She said maybe she felt like grandmother to grandmother or something. She said, but our relationship ain't that deep. We don't know each other like that or whatever. And Alexis, she was like, Alexis, you really need to talk to Harmony about this because I don't know. I don't know anything. Like, I can't give you any information. Now, Smoltz is out there talking to Michael and Willow, and they spilled their guts on the first edition of this 5-article edition. And they spilled their guts about Nina and everything. So he writing it up and everything. And he said, now, to be fair, I'm going to let Nina talk or whatever. And they were like, okay. And so Smoltz comes in and he said, Alexis, I got the story for you. He said, oh, look, one of the figures, one of the main characters in my story. So then he proceeds to tell Nina about what's going on about the smear campaign, but he don't call it that. They call it, what do they call it? A person, peace, interest, peace, interest. Anyways, he proceeds to tell her about what's going on with Michael and Willow, and Nina tell him go to hell. She leaves. And Alexis is like, sir, that's what a pitch you're trying to pitch to me. He said, yeah, it's got everything you want in it. Um, he was like, it's got, a family, a young couple, standing upright citizens, trying to raise their son. And here comes this woman. She stole their grandfather away for a year and she traumatizes them. Then she turns around and traumatizes them more by wanting to, be a part of the grandson's life. Now, when you say it like that, Nina, you know you're my girl, but ooh, that don't look so good. But anyway, so Alexis like, and he said, nah, listen. Um, if you didn't know who the people were, you would be interested in stories. She was like, I would. So she listens to him. He pitches it out. He goes into detail. And she's like, okay, we're going to do it. But listen, I have final say. Because he said, Michael and Willow, they can only tell the story to me. So if you don't let me pitch it, you can't go behind my back and get it. And she said, okay, but I have final say. And you have to be fair. You have to give Nina her shake, her say and everything as well. He said, yeah. And she said, and I can kill and dead this story if you do anything tricky or sneaky, and I will. And he said, all right, I got you. And so that's it with them. So Harmony is leaving out of the hotel, right? Metro Court, and Willow sees her. Mind your business sometimes, but Willow sees her and she's like, Mama, what's going on? Mom, where are you going? Why are you upset? And she said, oh yeah, no, everything's fine. I just, she busy, had to do something. And she said, and Harmony says, and Michael comes up and they say, listen, we are doing a going to the press about Nina, and we want to do it right before the case because we want to sway the judge. Ooh, my little hurt right now. And then we want to sway the judge or whatever. Like we know we can't supposed to, but we want to get the public's opinion on our side. And so they say, you might be drug into this because we're going after Nina's character, and everybody's gonna be drug into it. And she was like, okay, I get it. And she was like, and they're saying we're sorry and everything. And she says it's okay. And then she hugs Willow and says, I love you. Just know that everything I do is for you. I love you and all that. And she leaves. And then Michael and Willow talk, and Michael and Willow's like, did she seem jittery to you? Like it's kind of off. And he said, she'll be okay. She'll be okay and whatever. And they were like, Nina left us no choice. We had to do this or whatever. Here come Nina, because Nina my girl, but here come Nina, right? I said, why you mad at Willow? Why you always taking this out on Willow? I can't stand her either, but why you always taking this out on her? And she gonna confront Willow. Ooh, Miss Little Sunshine. Miss Little Sunshine decides to get dirty with the rest of us. And Michael just sitting there going back and forth while Nina and Willow talking. And Willow was like, yeah, you forced her to do this, going to court for visitations and all that. And then she started reading Nina for Phil, telling like, you want Wiley to be influenced by you, someone who's a home wrecker, who took his grandfather away. Who She went to listen off all of Nina dirty deeds, and Nina was just sitting there stuck. And I said, Nina, because Nina, my girl, say something. Nina couldn't say nothing. Embarrassed me. But then Nina said, Michael said, we tried not to do this or whatever. She was like, that's all right. That's all right. You wanna fight? Or you want to go to war? What Nina say? You want to go to war? You want to battle? You got one. And she gets up and she leaves. Now Michael and Willow, y'all won that battle, but I'm telling you, and this is not because I like Nina, I don't think this is gonna go well for y'all. I honestly don't. I think this is gonna backfire, especially when all this stuff starts coming out about Harmony. This is gonna backfire on y'all because they're gonna look at it like y'all were sitting here letting Harmony see him, and she is a killer because Harmony don't give a care, and she's a killer. So I don't know. I don't know. But Nina says, if you want a battle, I'll give you a battle. I think this is going to backfire, but we'll see how this plays out, y'all. So then we go to Harmony, right? And so Harmony is with Branden, and she gives him $1,000 because she said, that's all I got. She says, I don't have to pay Alexis rent, so let me just work and just pay you. She said, it might take months, years or whatever, but I'll just pay you, and you don't have to tell anybody. He said, why would I do that? Why would I wait on money? I want money now. And she said, I don't have it now. I'm doing the best that I got. And she said, it's in your best interest. She said, because if you tell people, you don't get any money. And he said, I think if I told Michael Corinthos what you got going on, that he would be like, okay. That he would be like, I'll pay you to keep this quiet, because he said he wouldn't want Nina a part of their lives in anything. And she said Michael would go straight to his detective brother and tell him about the blackmail or whatever. He said, no, I think he would rather keep me on payroll and pay me for the rest of my life than to have Nina part of the family or whatever. So because he saw the dynamic last week when they were all talking. And she says, just take the money and sir, you would have done good to take this money. But he says no. And so I don't know how it happened, but him and Harmony get in. She tries to leave or whatever, and he grabs hold of her or whatever, and her purse falls. And the needle come out, because Harmony had a needle when she first met with him, but she decided, because Willow said, I'm so glad you're doing better and you pay for your mistakes, unlike Nina, Michael says, unlike Nina who does it, and you're an up-class citizen, and that's why we want you in Wiley's life, and you're a good example to him. Child, please. So then Branden sees the needle, and he like, what are you doing with that? Oh, what, you were doing drugs with my brother? Is that how he got hooked? And then he stopped and he went to thinking. He said, wait a minute. Our family always wondered how he got on drugs, because he wasn't that type. He said, but I'm mean with you, and here you come with the needle or whatever. He said, it was you. You killed my brother. We always knew it was weird or whatever. And she said, Branden, just leave me alone. Just keep quiet. And he said, no, I'm going to the police with this. And then he and Harmony, started tussling. And actually, Harmony was choking him out. So peace, because I said, sir, you can't take care of Harmony. Maybe she had some juice in her with that anger and stuff and didn't want to be caught, because Harmony had him down and she was choking him out, and she pushed, and then he was getting up and she pushed him off the cliff, and that's how it went off. I said, my gosh, Harmony, my gosh. I knew they said it in the spoilers that she was supposed to have killed him or whatever. And I guess Alexis is supposed to find the body. This is about to be a mess. That's why this whole piece that Michael and Willow have started with Smoltz, this is not going to end well for anybody. I don't think, not just for them. I think for Alexis, because she gonna be into some stuff. She got way in over her head. For Carly, who's gonna figure out what's going on, and then she might and might not tell, and then that'll be a mess. Like, this just gonna be a mess right here. I don't know. But y'all tell me what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will see you next Monday on a new episode of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital.